All right, coming up next on San Antonio Living, the top tips to land that job that you want, because the interview that you may have had 5 years ago is going to be a lot different than what you're up with now. We'll tell you more next on San Antonio Living. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. You know, it's a new year. You might be trying to find a new job, and we've got some great interview tips for you because they've really changed between the last time you did an interview and now. So joining us to give us some top tips, Diane Gottsman is here. She is our etiquette expert. It's very good to see you again. How are you?
Nice seeing you.
Okay. You know, my dad went through this a while back, and he had not been on an interview for maybe 10, 15 years. And it is very scary, and times have changed, and there are different kind of questions. Yeah. But there are some general interview tips that really everyone can abide by.
That's right, because it's a stressful time for young and old, and there's more people out in the marketplace now. So we have to update our skills as well.
So number one, we've got to research the company.
Research the company. Just do your homework and make sure you know where you're going. If you're going to apply for a job at the Protocol School of Texas, for example, you need to know what the word etiquette means. So you need to learn their language.
You also say do a drive-by. I like that.
So you're not late. Yeah. Make sure you're on time. And then stand up. And this is for ladies and men. Okay. There are no ladies in business. There are women executives. Okay. So you stand up for all introductions when you're meeting someone. So make a memorable entrance. Okay. So you're going to shake their hand, and you never shake hands over a desk because that forms a barrier right away.
So if you're, you know, at an interview and the person that's interviewing stands up behind their desk, what do you do?
You're going to follow their lead, but if you can, you know, you're going to walk around the desk to shake their hand. Same at a dining table. Now, if the interviewer is extending their hand across the desk, you know, shake it. Okay. You're not going to correct them either. You're going to lose your chances.
All right, number 6.
There are no, well, we're going to talk about honorifics. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a big word. I'm like, what is honorific? I need to go to etiquette school for that.
There is not a Mrs. in business. So it's either Ms. or Mr. And that's how you're going to address them. You're not going to call them Chip or Skippy or Bob. Let them lead the way. So if they say, please call me David or please call me Sarah, then you say thank you.
But if I'm interviewing with you and I know that you're married, so in life I might call you Mrs., but if you were interviewing me, you are Ms. to me.
Yes. Hello, Ms. Gottsman.
Well, shake my hands.
Shake hands. Okay. And that's a good shake because this is a good comfort shake. We have a web right here, or a little flap of skin, and we should meet that flap of skin.
All right. Hopefully I didn't hurt your hand there. Okay. Consider an alternate to the black suit.
You know, black suits are great on some people, but many people, it makes them look very harsh and washed out. So add some color. If you're going to wear black, add a bright tie. If you're a woman, maybe wear gray or navy, and same for men.
Sounds good to me. Okay, this is an interesting one. Always say yes when they ask you, do you have any questions?
Yeah, better than saying, nope, I'm good, I'm fine. No, I'm fine here. So just think of some questions in advance and be prepared. And then we're going to talk in a little bit about some of these questions.
Okay, makeup is not an option.
It's not optional. It is not optional. You have to wear some makeup because you are telling the recruiter that you are interested in the details.
Don't be afraid to ask for the job.
I'm really interested in this job, so I hope I am considered, and I'm going to follow up with you in a couple of days if I don't hear from you. Act enthusiastic.
Okay, and here's one that I haven't interviewed for a job in a really long time, and I did not know this. Send a thank you note within 24 hours.
As soon as you get home, you send a thank you note.
Okay.
And email counts a little bit, but it does not count.
Okay.
We want to see a handwritten thank you note.
All right, all great tips, but of course, when you're applying for a job in 2010, the rules have changed a little bit because there are more people out there trying to get that same job. So we've got a couple expanded tips. And the first one is be prepared to answer 3 standard questions. And what are those questions?
They're the basic questions. Okay. What is your strength? Well, they don't care if you're the world's greatest chocolate chip cookie maker or how many weights you can lift. They want to know what you can do for them at their office. So be prepared with some skills. Learn their language. So you know what you need to do? Google them and find out exactly what they do, what they're interested in, and then say, you know, I am motivated, I am determined, I understand you work long hours here, and I'm ready for the challenge.
Okay. Another tip, why did you leave your last job? You have to be able to explain that, especially, and there are a lot of people that have left a job, so you're not alone. It's not a shameful thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you know, there are people who are laid off because they're downsizing. So just, number one, be honest. You don't want to lie. Number two, don't talk negatively about the boss or the coworkers. You don't want to say either, oh, well, I just hate getting up at 8 o'clock, so I'm looking for a job that starts at 10. You know, but you want to do something. You want to, there's going to be some gaps in your resume, oftentimes. So you want to be prepared to fill those gaps on your resume with information. You want to say, well, I took a 3-month sabbatical. I was taking care of my ailing aunt. But in the meantime, I took a workshop. I did an internship at a local agency. So something.
Another question you may be asked when you are in a job interview is, what's your greatest weakness? And so I would think the answer to that is 0. I'm perfect. Well, but what do you answer?
We all have weaknesses, so be prepared. This is a standard question. So you might say, you know, I am not great at sales. I'm not interested in selling, but that's why I'm applying for this job in accounting, because I love to crunch numbers. I like to keep people's books. So turn that weakness into a strength.
Okay, also bring your resume, bring a notepad, and bring a pen so that you can take notes.
I can't tell you how many times someone will say to me, do you have a pen? Could I borrow a piece of paper? Just be prepared. And by the way, this is not on our list, but this is top. Clean up that Facebook page. Recruiters check your Facebook page. It's very important. They want to know what you do on your off time, because it still affects them.
People put so many strange things on their Facebook page. Even friends of mine, I'm like, you guys, why did you put that on there? Because you just have to, everyone reads it. You have to remember that.
Yes.
And people, you know, we know that working in this business, but I think other people kind of forget.
Yes, social media is great, and it can also be your downfall when you're looking for a job.
All wonderful tips. You really have to think differently when you're moving ahead into this new year with all of the media that's out there and all of those other people that are applying for the same job that you are.
You have to set yourself apart from the competition. That's the bottom line.
All right. Well, if you are looking for more interview tips, or you'd like Diane to come and speak at your business, she does a lot of great classes, and you can find out more information by checking her website. It's psotx.com. It's the Protocol School of Texas on Austin Highway. The phone number is on your screen, 210-826-7400.